for your, as you said, right, you're going to provide the service for a year. And when I look at the
Hmm.
USCIS website for the processing time, and there they are telling like 80% of the cases are resolved in 21 months, 22 months. Nebraska is the slowest.
Hmm.
So how does this work out? Like, I mean, I'm waiting and I hear like 7 to 8 months is the general regular processing time. And let's say
Right.
I spend 6 months and then USCIS is taking 8 months. And then I get a RF.
Yeah. You're looking at the wrong timeline. So we consider our clients successful when they get the EB1 I-140 approved. That's the
Yep.
point when the government has accepted that you're a person of extraordinary ability. And after that, yeah, there's the priority date stuff, and there's like many other things that come into play. The adjudication time for the processing time for the 485, which is the second step, that itself is like 8 months. But at that point, you're just doing paperwork, right? Like, you're not necessarily doubting if you will get it or not. It's just a matter of time, of processing time. So that's why we consider our job done. I mean, we do give you support and make sure you're comfortable throughout the 485 process as well. But there's not much to do at that point. Majority of your work, in fact 100% of your profile building work, happens before the 140. And then 140 premium filing is 15 days. So usually people go through our program for a few months, then we overlap it with the attorney duration also for a couple months, so that you're also wrapping things up on our end and then wrapping things up on the attorney's end as well. And then they file 15 days later, they have an approval and or some sort of outcome, obviously. And then that's it. That is the point that we consider that success is delivered.
Yeah. I was talking about the I-140 processing time, not the 485. So,
140 processing time is 15 days if it is premium
oh yeah,
processed.
that is premium. But if I go for regular,
If
so
you
that's
go for
where you're.
regular, it's 100% of our clients have filed premium. By the way, it's just
Okay.
so much
Because
worth
that
it.
because that is I understand like the confidence you get is different, right? I mean, because I'm kind of like adding another 2,800, right? Because USC has again published that they're going to increase the fees by 300
Yeah.
dollars or something.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah. Let me give you an idea of how that kind of works, right? So let's assume in 8 months you build your profile and you file for the 140 without premium, and we are nobody to like advise you to actually go for premium or not. We do give you data of like what our other clients have done, but you're free to do whatever you want to do. So let's say you don't file premium, and I mean, after you file, there is not really much profile building you do anyway, right? So if you really want to file non-premium, to save the 2,500 extra bucks, and then in as an exchange be uncertain for like whatever 10 months, 12 months, whatever, versus what in lieu of what you could have done in gotten done in 15 days. If that is what you choose to do, that's totally fine. We can pause the support in the moment you file, and then if it's an approval, it's an approval. If not, then we can kind of resume it when you need a support or for an outcome later that it
yeah.
exceeds the 12-month total mark.
Yeah, the reason I'm saying is my date is not current anyways, as per the filing chart or the date of the
Mm-hmm.
final action dates. So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, of course, after 8 months in September, anything can change.
Mm-hmm.
So, I hear
So
like the
I'll give
dates
you
might.
an example of another, not client, but someone that was on this call a few months ago that happened. So they had a priority date. I mean, it was like 2021 or so when what EB1 was basically going on 2019, 2018, 2019, 2017,
Yeah,
18, 19, that
2017
kind of
also.
thing.
It was, yeah,
Last year. So this client had like
pre-COVID it was. It was
2021 or so. Yeah,
pre-COVID.
they had a 2021 priority date, and they did not file necessarily because hey, I mean, they filed non-premium 140. So what and filed, it's being processed this in January. Suddenly the priority date is 2021, but you don't have an approved 140 now, right? So the priority dates are very volatile in the bulletin. So in order to meet them, you need to be a little quick. But I mean, there are options, right? Like once the 140 is filed, you can then later on upgrade it to premium
Also
if you
upgrade.
see.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then that's also extra paperwork. You have to I mean, there are ways. I'm not saying there aren't ways, but most people, in fact, all our clients prefer to do premium because it's just so worth the lack of headache.